Daniel was a 15-year-old boy who lived a happy and peaceful life with his parents. He came from a wealthy family and was their only child. His parents gave him all the love, care, and luxuries one could ask for, and he shared a strong bond with them. But one tragic night changed his life forever. That night, Daniel's parents were on their way to pick him up from his friend's birthday party. As they drove through the dark woods, a strange woman suddenly appeared in front of their car out of nowhere. His father lost control of the vehicle, and in a horrifying crash, both his parents and the woman died on the spot. Daniel was devastated. Losing his parents shattered his world, leaving him alone with no one to turn to except his uncle and aunt who lived in another town. They were kind, humble people and were delighted to welcome Daniel into their home, as they had no children of their own. But for Daniel, the grief was unbearable. He had no choice but to go with them. Unlike his grand house, his uncle and aunt lived in a small cottage in a remote area, far from the busy city. The isolation disturbed Daniel. There were no neighbors for miles, and he felt trapped in the silence. Even though his relatives were loving and caring, doing everything they could to comfort him, Daniel still felt an emptiness that nothing could fill. Over time, he began to adjust to his new life. Slowly, he started smiling again and bonding with his aunt and uncle. But the pain of losing his parents never truly left him. One night, something terrifying happened. Daniel woke up suddenly and saw something outside his window that sent shivers down his spine. The next morning, he told his aunt and uncle about it, but they dismissed his fears, saying it was just a bad dream. They assured him that they had lived in this house for years and had never experienced anything strange. But Daniel knew what he had seen. The following night, as he was about to fall asleep, he heard soft footsteps inside his room. The room was completely dark, making it impossible to see anything. "Auntie, is that you?" he whispered. There was no response. Daniel's fear grew stronger with each passing night. He could barely sleep, haunted by the strange occurrences in the house. His aunt and uncle became deeply worried about him. They had been relieved to see him recovering from his grief. But now, he looked worse than ever, pale, anxious, and distant. His health began to decline, and he barely spoke anymore. Concerned for his well-being, they took him to a psychiatrist. After examining Daniel, the doctor diagnosed him with severe trauma caused by the sudden loss of his parents. The grief had affected him so deeply that he had developed schizophrenia, causing him to see things that weren't real. The doctor prescribed strong medication and warned that if Daniel didn't take them regularly, his condition could worsen beyond repair. His aunt and uncle took even better care of him, ensuring he never missed a dose. But despite their efforts, his condition did not improve. The hallucinations continued to torment him. One night, his uncle fell seriously ill, forcing his aunt to rush him to the hospital. She didn't want to wake Daniel, fearing he wouldn't be able to sleep again. So, she locked the house and left quietly. Daniel woke up when he heard the car leaving. Panic filled his heart as he realized he was alone in the house. His mind raced with fear. He knew the woman would appear again, and this time, no one was there to save him. His anxiety spiraled out of control. Desperate to calm himself, he frantically searched for his pills, but they were nowhere to be found. Maybe Auntie kept them in her room, he thought. Gathering all his courage, he ran to her bedroom and searched everywhere. But instead of his pills, he found something that made his blood run cold. A mask. That night, Daniel uncovered a horrifying truth. His aunt and uncle had been behind everything. Their plan was to make him lose his sanity and send him to an asylum so they could claim all the wealth his parents had left for him. If Daniel hadn't discovered that mask, they would have succeeded. Realizing the danger he was in, Daniel ran away from the house and contacted the police. His greedy aunt and uncle finally faced justice for their cruel intentions. Hey everyone, thanks for reading. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you soon with another creepy tale. Stay safe